Testing, testing, testing. Do-do, do-do-do-do. I don't know how to sing elevator music. I don't know how to sing elevator music. Beep, beep. Alright, I gotta stop this from looping. Mute myself. Oops. Cards. Promote another channel. How do I promote my own channel? All right. Well, I don't want to waste all day. If this isn't working, it's not working. But if it is, maybe you can watches it. If not, turns it off. Know what I'm saying? So. Oh, look, a person. Hello, Yuri. It should say, please stand by. Is it say, please stand by? Can you see my screen now? Oh, I had this top of this. Oh, it's not going to stay on top. Can I add this as a... Maybe I can add this as a source? Yeesh, I don't know. That might be a little too much. Let me try that. Let's see if it crashes. Let's try window capture. I don't know how people usually do this. Window. Huh. Google. Oh, is this it? There we go. What's the best way to do this? I don't see a way to crop. Nope, that's crush. There we go. Oh, jeez. I've never set up the chat window before, so I'm trying to see how to do that. We'll do that, and then we'll do that, and that, and then we put that over here, or down here, Oop. Yep, that's an ESP12. Loud? Like the audio's loud? Is it better now? Still loud? So do I need to turn it back up? I turned it down when you said loud. I'm trying to make sure I adjust it because the fan in this computer is probably going to be all you hear. It's a laptop. It's a MacBook. I'm going to test out my... I might have to step away for a couple times, so I'm going to test this out. Back. Does that work? Yeah, my fan's going to start. There goes the fan. I'll minimize this. Is the chat window showing up? Can't see. There it is. Well, this is oh, it moved. Why did it move? Ah, shoot. That's weird. Why does it keep moving like that? Well, that's not gonna work. That's interesting. I wonder why it's doing that. You see the chat window jumping around like that? See? What's going on there? Something wrong there. Hmm. Yeah, I'll move it. It's weirding me out too. The only problem is I have wasted space on that side of my screen. I can close the designer and then move this over. Or I could just move the window over. Here you go. Better. Let me know if it keeps flickering like that. I don't know what it's doing. It's kind of strange. I see it on my screen, but I don't know if it's doing it on. Let me go to YouTube and see if it's doing it. See if the screen's flickering. Yeah, it's doing it. What is up with that? Yeah, it's weird. It's like when it loses focus, it moves around. Hmm. Does anybody know of an OS X app to keep things on top? Hope it's not too blurry. I'm scaling this from my big monitor. I probably just need to resize it and not stream the whole monitor if I'm going to do a screencast. Sorry, I didn't think about this chat window being a problem. It's jumping all around, all weird. Yeah, I don't know why it's doing that. Let me think. Why would it be doing this? No, that has nothing to do with it. I wish I could keep it on top. No, that's not going to work. I've never seen anybody's chat window jump around like that. I don't know what's going on there. Maybe if I take the shadow off and then move this up here, and then it's a window capture. I have it open in a second monitor and it's window capturing it. So maybe when my operating system redraws something, I don't really know. Anyway, let me know if it keeps doing it and if it's annoying. I'll minimize OBS before it kills my CPU. So I was just doodling. I use a plugin. Oh, like the browser plugin? And to put this URL in there? I could try that. Sorry, I got the sniffles. Now, let me see if I can copy this URL. Oh, thanks for testing this out, guys. This is awesome. Plugin. What if I just do browser? No, it's not going to work because it's HTTPS probably. Chat 2. Oh no. No. My computer is freezing up. No, don't do it. Yeah, that's not going to work. YouTube chat plugin. Well, shoot. I didn't know anything about that. This is it running in a browser window. Of course, it loses the dark theme. Interact. Well, I didn't know there was a plugin, so I will have to look into that. I'll go install it right now, but I'm only going to stream for like 30 minutes, maybe 5, maybe an hour. I need to go make a cup of coffee first. And see us. Oh, okay. So you sure it's a plugin, or you think it's just using a browser, the browser plugin? It would make sense that there was a plugin for that. A dedicated plugin. It just always looked just like the web page, though. It must do the same thing. Let's see what this one looks like when I blow it up. Now, see, I can change the resolution. So if I go to here and go to, I don't know what width, 300, height 600, okay. It's probably not going to be real time. That's the problem. Huh. I'm probably not going to post it. I'm probably not going to be doing anything serious. I'll just be chit-chatting and talking about what I'm doing. I'm probably not even going to start doing any routing today. I'm just kind of doodling on the circuit board to see if I can get it smaller than the one I have now, and if I could just get all the features I want on there. Just kind of doodling. I might post it if it's not bad quality. Or I might just stream again tomorrow. I don't know. I got to figure out how to get it to work reliably and not be terrible quality. And all I'm using is a laptop right now. And OBS won't let me capture different microphones on this laptop for some reason. So I'm using my built-in mic, so it's just the worst. It's just the worst. Are these both working? What should I use? Should I use the other one? I'm gonna put 2 chats on there. Just call me 2 chats. All right. Wonder how. I probably can't install a plugin unless I stop this. You know what I'm saying? There you go. Yeah. All right. Let's see if this is still capturing this. That's interesting. The chat showed up in the browser plugin before it showed up on my screen. That's very interesting. I wonder if this syncs it with the latency somehow. So it knows that when you're watching it, it syncs with the video or something like that. Because it was totally, I don't know, 20-second delay before the chat came up. Maybe not that long. I'll have to play it back and see. It was definitely some lag there. I'm going to fiddle with this one more time. How's that right top chat look? Is it still being weird, or is it kind of being better? Yeah, let me know which one's more responsive, and then I'll, when I'm done today, I'll install that plugin. I bet it's probably better. Yeah, see, this is, I'm capturing 2 displays. Now I'm capturing, let's see, I'm capturing my main display, and then I'm capturing a window. So it's probably a lot of work for it to be doing. So that's why the plugin makes a lot more sense. I should have checked. Yeah, that's what I thought, so I thought there was a lot of lag. That's not acceptable. I have low latency on. Yeah, see, this I can't like talk about what I'm doing, and people are telling me, I can't get feedback from people if it's 20 seconds between. Like, hi, where should I put this resistor? Doop 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 doop. And just maybe I'll get an answer. All right, let me try two different things. I am going to delete this, remove. I'm going to delete. Well, I'll leave that one on. No, I don't know. I'm gonna leave this one on, turn the other one off, and see if that was causing the latency. You gotta be patient for that resistor. I already routed 5 more. Yeah, so if there's latency, it's not really gonna work. But I'm just gonna let me go look for that plugin. I'll tell you what. Let me go look for the plugin. Where's my browser? Well, see, the problem is I need to see the chat window too. All right, there it is. Test. Test. Second test. So let me know what the latency is. Right, so cool, I'll check that out. This is my board the way it is now. Let me turn off some of the, oh, this isn't live. This is a screenshot. I don't think Eagle lets you open 2 projects at once. Yeah, so it's interesting. Okay. Well, I'm just going to leave it. I'm going to leave the chat window the way it is now. The browser seems to be faster than the screen capture. And then I'll look for some other better way to do it. But the best way to probably do it is to just take this window and put it on my screen and pin it so it's always on top. So I need to probably get a plugin for OS 10 that lets you, bring a window to the front and pin it. Because the window doesn't stay on top. It's a browser window. Or maybe there's a desktop chat program that you can use. So this is my other board. This is the one with the 4 neopixels sound. This is about 42 millimeters square. And I got pretty much all the experimental stuff I wanted to get on there, including headers for breadboarding. And I really wanted it to be smaller. I was really going for 35 millimeters. So maybe when you connect it, maybe reconnect and it'll make it faster. Maybe it's buffering. Did you click live to make sure it's still live? I have a webcam too. I don't have it turned on because it just can't handle it. And it's on my laptop, so it doesn't actually look where it needs to look. Looks already cropped. What do you mean cropped? What do you mean by cropped? Well, the thing is I put a lot of stuff on here. The biggest problem is these buzzers are 8.5 millimeters square. They're very big. And when I have this big rectangle and I want the neopixels in the corners set back a little bit, so I'll just show you what I did. There's my schematic. It's all messed up now because I moved stuff around and added stuff. So here it is. This is 32.5 millimeters. And I changed the regulator for a smaller one. I was using this AMS117, which is enormous. Look at that. And then I had some holes, which are obviously not going to fit on this board anymore. These are M2 hardware and M1.5 hardware. These are 1mm holes. I really want to have a mounting hole on it, so maybe I'll just have some pegs or something that can go in there. So what I did was I just made it a little bit smaller. I used a smaller buzzer. Whoops. This is the 8mm buzzer. This is the 7mm buzzer. I found these 5mm surface mount buzzers, but they're much more expensive and they're not as loud. So, oh yeah, another thing I found out that these AMSs are really good workhorse regulators, but they have terrible quiescent current draw, standby current, and they have no enable. So I don't know what I'm going to use here yet. This is a SOT 89.5. I think it's pretty standard. There's several regulators you can get. An AP, was it 1112 or something? I don't even know which one this is, but let's see. Oh, SOT 23.5. Sorry, this is the 5-pin. I don't know what this is. Just a generic, but there's a couple of them that fit that can do up to from 250 milliamp to I think up to 500 milliamp. I haven't decided which one I'm going to use, but that's the footprint they usually are. The pinouts might be a little different. Another problem is you have to have four pull-up resistors for the ESP. So I thought, well, maybe I could put, one of these little tiny resistor arrays on there. Look how big that little tiny resistor array is. There's four 10K resistors, but I thought I wanted to kind of keep this hand solderable, maybe, if I can. That would be cool, because then you can sell it as a kit or a board, plain boards. And everything but the USB connector should be hand solderable mostly. I've done rework on almost most of these components, and they all are pretty easy. These ones, I don't know. I think it's always wrong when you read them. It says it says 603, but it's actually 1206. So I don't know if that means 4 times 603. Yeah, here it is. 4 times 603 is what that is. But it's actually a single package. It's 4 resistors in one package. And the one package is the size of a 1206 component. That's a 13, but yes, you know what I'm saying. But they're tiny. The leads are tiny. I mean, that's 10, 20 mil, maybe. So hand soldering, that's kind of problematic. But I would save a ton of space. But I think I'm just going to keep, I might bump these down to 603s. Maybe. I think I might just leave my 805 and see if I can squeeze them on there. I haven't decided yet. So, and I really wanted the NeoPixels to be like over here. So then that they get better diffusion because they're far from the surface of whatever you put them in. Like if you want to put them in a cube or something, then they're equally distant from the edges that they don't create hotspots. But with the ESP like that, there's no way to do it unless I put it on the back. And I'm not making a two-sided board. I'm just not doing it. It's just not worth it. So I squeeze the ESP in there. This is the solderable ESP with the big leads, but they're huge. I mean, you can solder these no problem. You can solder them from the top. They're castellated. You don't need these giant footprints. So I'm going to get rid of that one. I can't map it out because the pinouts are different. This is from Adafruit, I think. It has the pin numbers, and this one's got the names. So you can't just swap the part out. I'll have to redo it in the schematic, which is kind of annoying. So that gave me quite a bit of room. And then I want to keep a button on there that can do reset or GPIO. I thought about putting another button. I could maybe put it over here. I could maybe put it over here. But then that's another pull-up resistor. So I might just leave that out for now and just do one button that can be jumper switched between reset and GPIO. So if I put this in an enclosure that has like a little tab, then you can push on the enclosure and you can have it push the button. I thought that would be cool. And then I had the LED move down to here so that if you have a device or something, or a cube or a light, that the USB is in the back and then the light can be on the other side in the front. And then you could always light pipe this to the front. So even if you use this board without the NeoPixels, I could have it as a node sensor or something, a sensor node of a temperature probe, and just put it in a little case and have just the LED in the front. So I kind of squeezed this in here just to get it right in the middle. Because I wanted the USB in the middle. I almost got it working the way I had it before by putting the USB and the piezo over here, the buzzer. But then the USB was going to be offset, and I just couldn't deal with it. Because then you can't flip the board over in the enclosure. Because then the holes wouldn't line up. So this way you can make one enclosure that you can put the board right side up or upside down. And I don't know if I'm going to put LEDs on the back again. Probably are. I'm probably going to put NeoPixels on both sides. If I can get the routing to fit. If I can squeeze the routing in here. Because all this right here has to be blocked out. Maybe I can even cut this out here because if I don't use it. I don't know. But I think I'm going to be able to make this fit. Worst comes to worst, I take this piezo off and use a above board through hole. Yes, what I was going to do on my last board is put SMD headers on the bottom. And I wound up having to make it bigger for some reason, and I wound up having extra room. So I put these headers. Actually, I redid these headers 4 times. I just put the programming one on, I put ISQ2C, and then I put this one on, and then I realized I could fit, I needed power and ground on this side and on this side. So now I'm just going to get rid of all of the headers and just put them on the back. And just use like a oops. It's not one of those, but is that it? No, yeah, something like that. Where you can put the flat SMD mount, and you can use either female or male sockets, and they'll just kind of come out the sides of the board, but they'll line up in the middle, so they won't actually stick out of the side of the board. And then you can put headers on there, or you can just solder to them. Try to find the right. I can never find pin headers. Oh, wait, is this them right here? Those are the staggered ones for right vertical. I'm talking about the horizontal ones. Is that it? No. I thought I had some before. Not finding them. Well, these poke home connectors are nice too, but they only have, you can only get them, they're put not cheap. I think that's the closest thing. SMD 8-pin vertical. No, that's the vertical one. I guess I don't have one. Yeah, you'll know for sure. I'll post it. And then I already have ideas for a third revision that's going to be micro. It's going to be tiny. It's going to be like a little ESP board that has some lights and sound on it, and it's plug. Probably going to be tiny enough to plug into USB. But I'll probably have to go down and use those tiny NeoPixels. Yeah, I'm gonna give up because I can't find it. I don't know. I'm surprised I don't have. I'm pretty sure they're in here somewhere. Maybe they're just not showing up because I have SMD selected. Yeah, these are all Spark funds. I don't think they have them. Whoops. Oh, what's that? Oh, that's it. That's it right there. Oh, shoot. Yeah, so, what was that called? Pin. No. Why does this keep filling in the word? Where'd it go? What was it? Do you remember what it was? Shoot. I always do that, and then you can't back annotate it. It's very annoying. Oh, shoot. Where was that? There we go. What size? That's not it either. Man. Oh, I just had it and I can't find it again. Really? Damn it. Unbelievable. Oh, I was really going to put that on there and see what it looks like, too. Is that it? That's it. It's got female in the name. Con. There's our con. There we go. Let's do something crazy like a 10 pin. No, that's not it. No, they don't have all sizes. They only have 4 pin. All right, well, let's just do the 4. That's kind of the same idea. I'll just use more of them. So you would put like that. Oops. And then you would, I would do this on the back like it's supposed to be, but the back of my board hasn't been ripped up. This is, like I said, I'm doodling. I'm going to recreate this all in a proper project. This is all, I just started tearing this board apart and moving things around. Look what the back of the board looks like. It's just still all, I got to rip all this stuff up. So it's just a mess. Oh, that's not going to work. You're not going to be able to see it. Oh. I don't even see where it went. Where's the origin? Shoot. Oh, geez. Anyway, so the idea is that, didn't I copy that a few times? Where's the stupid origin? 1, 2, 3, 4. Is it right there? No. Where? Jeez, it's all the way down there. Anyway, so you do this. And this would be I guess it would be flush, you know. I should be able to fit, you know, one row on this side, one row on that side. I don't know if I'm able to route this board. That might be the problem. Put one on that side, and then you just solder those right angled connectors there. The ones that, you know, lay down. And you can use the female ones, and then the headers will line up with the edge of the board. Or you can use the male ones, and then your pin header, your DuPont connectors will maybe line up with the edge of the board when you plug them all in. And then, of course, I can make these have big enough pads that you can solder to them as well. And then technically it does break out, but it's not a breakout board. I mean, if you want a breakout board, you got Node MCU, you got D1 minis, and, you know, you can get them for $3.50. So I thought, let me just not deal with that at all. Why is my Google not showing up? My Goo. Stream still working? Let's see if this is still working. Yeah, looks like it's still working. Let's see what the delay is. Oop. Not too bad. About 4 seconds from me. I'll pause that again. Minimize it. Oh shoot, did I go away from the chat? Shoot. Yeah, and for sensors, I was trying to think, I might actually just provide some way to... this is annoying. You can't scroll past the extents in OS. You can do it on Windows. You can scroll infinitely. On OS 10, you can't. I mean, on Mac, you can't. You have to zoom out and then zoom in over here just to get the canvas to fit, and then I still can't move it. So usually what I do is I go, I'll make a something and put it like all the way over there. I'll get something else and put it like all the way over there, and then I can move a little bit more. I'll show you. I need to tell them to fix that crap. It's like it calculates the size of the canvas, and then it still won't move. It doesn't care. See, I can't scroll left and right. Right now I'm stuck. I can't scroll left and right. Oh, you couldn't get used to it? I love it. I just love the touchpad. If there was a nice touchpad, I've never tried to use a touchpad with a PC. I don't know if it works or not. But I just love the way the trackpad works. I can't go back to using a mouse. See, I mean, I can switch between 3 desktops, you know, effortlessly. Yes, I'm still stuck here. I can't scroll left or right. It doesn't make any sense. I don't know what the deal is. Let's try this. No, it still doesn't do it. Maybe I have to open it back up or something. See, it just stops. Like, why? I want to zoom in on this guy over here. I have to go past it and then move it, and then go past it and then move it and zoom back out, just to get it in the middle of my screen. It's kind of annoying. I don't know what the deal is with that. I'll have to file a bug and tell them to fix it. It's something to do with the trackpad, because I've turned the trackpad off. It works fine. But other than that, Eagle works really good. See, now I'm stuck. I can't go over here. That's very annoying. Move to Linux, huh? Yeah. I need to one of these days. Almost everything I do is emulating Linux on something else. Just so I can, use tools and stuff that I use all the time. Yeah, like on my other board, my idea was to put an I squared C header here. But then I started looking, and you're never going to hit all the I squared C headers unless you put like VCC ground, data, VCC ground, ground VCC. You'd have to have every combination of whatever, the way the SDA, SDL. Sometimes it's the power that's reversed. Sometimes it's the SDL. These you can fix in software, the data lines, but you can't fix the power in the ground unless you had some kind of toggle there. But it'd be cool. That's why I kind of think it's neat to have the what is it? The quick. Everybody's starting to come out with their own I squared C. The quick and the that's SparkFun and what's the other one? I forget what the other one's called. But there's the quick connector and the other one. They're really just kind of I squared PC pinouts and some power. On this board, I decided that I really, really wanted to put at least support for an LCD on here. So I put a through-hole header here. The LCD can go on the back. And the only problem is, if you want to do that, I'd have to take off and it centers perfectly. I'd have to take off the piezo. So maybe I can just put holes for a through-hole piezo, and I thought I rotated that stupid thing. And you can put this somewhere, squeeze it somewhere where it can still go on the board or something like that. But that's the only way I could put it so that it's centered. And the reason I wanted that is so that I could put a flush LCD on the back side, then have the 4 LEDs on the bottom side, and then put it in a little case. And then I'll have like a kind of like a little not a control panel, like an instrumentation display, and with status lights underneath it. So like the bottom of the enclosure could glow and the top would have an LCD. It's kind of like an information display. So you're not just getting lights and flashing lights and light codes and sounds. You can get text on the top and have like a nice. And I mocked a bunch of stuff up, and the things I liked out of everything I mocked up, I was like, well, this is what I'm going to make. Something that can do these 4 different things, So sensor node, it's not tweaked for battery power because, you just really can't do anything with a battery. But ESP, you can't battery power an ESP without a subsystem controlling it. And you're not going to battery power this with LEDs anyway, so I wasn't looking at that. Really? Most of the jobs. Sorry, just reading that now. Yeah, I'm about to buy another Mac because my battery is swollen. And I'm probably going to replace it and fix it, but it's starting to get old, so I just need a new MacBook. I want a new Mac Mini, but they don't make them powerful enough. I don't need a laptop. I don't use it. I just use it as a desktop. Hooks it up to an external monitor. I have a 30-inch ultra sharp. I'm probably going to get one of those wide. I'd love to get one of those wide screens. Have you seen those? The curved? Oh, I think Samsung makes one. It's like humongous. It's like 3 screens in one, seamless and curved. So you can see this is like a sketchbook. I just got a bunch of crap on here. These little tiny LCDs also match this footprint. And it fits on my other board perfectly, but it's not really going to fit on this one. But, I mean, you can still use it for something. So, it's kind of where I'm at. Whether I'm going to be able to route it or not, I might have to drop the size of all these components. And I think this 7mm buzzer is going to be plenty loud. I also put it in the front. My previous design, I put the buzzer here with the opening port here, thinking that the jack, whatever you put this in, is going to have an opening for your USB cable or your power. So you'd have a hole in an enclosure, and that's where the sound would come out. Well, it doesn't really work that way. You don't think of a piezo moving a lot of air, but the frequencies it makes just doesn't come out of an enclosure. So you have to have a little hole somewhere. Yeah, they're really expensive, but I mean, just think of the productivity. Three gigantic monitors. No, it's when they come down to, I think they're still about $2,000. When they come down to about 800, I might buy one, or sell some stuff to get the money for it. You know, whatever I have, old electronics and stuff I'm not using. I got a couple computers I need to sell. Because like once I bought my MacBook, I haven't used anything else. Because it's silent. I can't stand having noise when I'm working on something, concentrating. I can't. I spent $3,000 building a quiet PC. You know, even if it's water cooled, it's still making noise. Still got the cooling fans. So we'll, you know, it's a big investment though. I mean, I just got one 3 years ago and it was what, $20-something $100. I got work to buy me a MacBook with Touch Bar. It's awesome. In fact, I got all my Eagle shortcuts on it. I just hit the buttons to change the tools. So what I did on this new one with this is put the buzzer in what would be like the front of a. I mean, if you did make a little thing that sit on your desk or like a maybe, I don't know, put a magnet on it, put it on your fridge or something like that. The buzzer would be kind of in the front, and then you could put a hole in the bottom of your enclosure or like in the front here, and the sound would get to you probably a little bit better. I don't know. I have some more testing to do. Yeah, I'm lost with that. I'm lost without multiple monitors. Completely lost. I kind of make up for it with the you know, OS 10, because you can do this, you know. You can do that on Windows, but it's just, I hate the way it just doesn't work good. I mean, it doesn't work like that. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of annoying. I've tried to use it, but I can't get used to it. I think it's like Windows A, Windows Shift Right, or something like that, and just go between spaces. I have to figure it out one day. Because when I go back and forth, I can't deal with it. So now I just use a 30-inch monitor and usually just switch back and forth through whatever these spaces. These are called spaces, I think. Yeah, I've tried to use it. I never really got used to Windows 10. Maybe in 5 years I'll be used to it, and I just can't stand it. I mean, there's no command line run command. You have to add it, and so many things that you're just habitual that you can't do anymore. It confuses me. Not that I don't want to learn the new thing. I just don't want to. I just don't have time. I'd rather just be productive. Like I even put my toolbars up here, just because it's less travel. But I don't even use this anymore because I use commands now and the touch bar. But when you're docked over here, you have to, you click this. You have to go all the way over here. Click your toolbar. I keep them floating. The only problem with floating them is you have to click back in your desktop. So if I click via, that didn't place the via. I have to click one more time because you lose focus when you click on the floating taskbar. It's like a window. It's very annoying. Like if it was docked over here, you wouldn't have to do 2 clicks. So it kind of confuses me sometimes. But it's really cool when you have a giant monitor and you want to go across the screen. Plus my eyes are getting pretty bad. I can't really see these tiny little icons, especially when they changed them all. Have you done any PCB design, Mike? Have you played with KiCad or Eagle yet? I mean, Eagle was a hard thing to learn, but I mean, honestly, it only took me 50 hours, and I was just banging things out. It was really not a problem. It's just a different way of working than any other graphics or CAD program I've ever used. Same thing with Fusion. 20 hours in, I was like, oh, I get it. And now it's pretty cool. But yeah, their tools are just very, very different. You use Easy EDA or whatever the online one is. I've tried that. Only problem is sometimes I'll want to do it on a tablet and it doesn't work. That's another problem. I have iPads and they don't really do web apps very well, so I'm gonna have to get a Surface too. So that's another reason I'm like, I might have to go back to Windows at some point. Oh yeah, that sucks. Were you on furlough or just self-employed, or just took a couple years away from employment? That would be nice, nice too. I can't think of anything to make enough money that I can quit my job though. That's just in healthcare. It's not right now. I think we're still in a recession. I don't care what anybody says. That's cool. My work's not really work. I mean, when I gotta work, I gotta work. But the rest of the time, it's kind of chill, and I'm just waiting for stuff to blow up. So I'm probably gonna be out of here in 10 minutes. But so I was just gonna go over this. I was doing this anyway. I was just doodling and kind of taking my time and looking over it, and I was like, well, I might as well stream this and see if I can get it working, because at some point I'm going to want to stream, actual, thought process and ideas, and try to get more people in here and get some feedback and show people some stuff that I've learned. So got to be able to stream to do that, and the computer cannot be choking out every time. I don't really have time to stream on a regular basis. I mean, I have like maybe 30 minutes every day, but that's really not hard enough time to engage people. You really do need the 2-hour, 3-hour streaming session, because things come up and conversations come up and you start getting on a tangent, and that's part of the that's part of the reason to do them. That's what's cool about them. Like I've not done anything. Only thing I did on the stream was put these two things over here. Well, I talked about everything else. So I just kind of wanted to go through this and be like, hey, this is what I'm doing. Somebody might say, hey, just go to 603. It's not that hard to solder. Another reason is I still have 805 parts, and you know, I don't think I'll be streaming on a regular basis though. I just can't. I really don't have the setup for it. I don't have a quiet spot. Like I don't have a room I can just close off, and where I'm set up, I don't have a good backdrop, and I don't know. I'm just now getting the lighting good for my videos. Streaming's like a whole nother story, and I definitely need a better computer to be able to do anything better than screencasting. But I don't know. I don't think there's any really market for a 30-minute stream every day. I mean, I could probably do one, but I don't know. That's another thing. I could stream all day long, but I wouldn't have voice. So I mean, that's kind of. I don't know what a stream without voice would be. I'd have to type back while I'm trying to do stuff. Not sure if that would work. But I was just really excited to do some PCB design on a stream with some actual people in it, because then I might find some stuff out that I didn't know about. Like, why did you do it that way? Do it this way. It's 10 times faster. No, I'm not. Actually, I just started on this yesterday. I just decided I want to play with design again. I was bored. I was totally unmotivated to do any of my projects, and I'm waiting for stuff to do my reflow oven. So I'm still waiting for parts for that. I've been reorganizing my bench, and I just couldn't get motivated to do any of the projects because I have to pull them all out, and I'm trying to redo some stuff right now. I don't want to make a mess. Yeah, you'd watch a 20 to 30-minute update stream. Maybe I'll do that then. The problem with me is saving things for the stream. You know, I can go home tonight, sit on the couch with my laptop, and put another 15 hours into this board by the time you see it again. So I don't know if that's useful for anybody. They'd be like, what happened? Be like, oh, I ripped it apart and did it again from scratch. But, I mean, I usually screen record a lot of this stuff, but I never get time to edit it because it takes up. I have screen captures of every board I've designed, but it's let's see, 300 hours of video, and I can't even load it to edit it. I just can't. I don't even have machine powerful enough to load that much video. It's, because it takes up memory while you're editing it. I just can't do it. I'm gonna have to start editing in pieces. Hello, Pook Maxi? Puck Maxi? Punch Maxi. No, Pook. Sorry if I'm saying that wrong. I was just telling Mike I probably have to go in a couple minutes. I was going to do a quick hour test of OBS, seeing if it will run on my machine. I had my resolution like way high before, like 1920, and it just wasn't streaming at all. The encoder was completely overloaded, so I dropped it down to scaling, and hopefully it's not too blurry, but I think it's what I do. I did like HD 720 now, or what is it? I don't even know my resolutions anymore. They've gotten so big. Let's see what I did. I did output, streaming, audio, video. 1280 by 720, yeah. So 720p. My base canvas resolution is 2560 by 1440. And I'm only doing 30 frames. And I'm doing bilinear scaling, which is not very good. But it was the only way I can get the stream to go pretty good. I could probably tweak it from here, though, because I'm only doing 1,000 kilobits per second. 30 frames, 6% CPU. And the CPU's been staying quiet and I don't have any drop frames, so... So I need to see if I can tweak it up a little bit. If not, I can just change my monitor size and make it a little bit smaller. It doesn't need to be so big. But I was just going over this PCB a little bit and mostly just chatting. Talking about redesigning this one I just made. That's 42 millimeters by 42 millimeters. ESP8266 project with NeoPixels, and trying to make it, oh, here's the schematic. Trying to make it 32.5 millimeters square by getting rid of a bunch of stuff and optimizing it for certain purpose, but still trying to keep most of the stuff. It's just two layer. Yeah, no, I'm not trying to do anything crazy. There's no like required goal I need to hit. This is just my own personal. I want to stick with 805. I want to make it 33, less than 33 millimeters. And I want it to be two-sided, 2 layers. So this is going to be hard to route without a power plane. But I've done it before. If I have to, I can drop these. I'll drop these down to 603, and I can get more traces through there. I mean, right now those are pretty close for tweezers, but I use air, so I use suction, so it's not too bad. These 523 diodes are pretty small, but I'm not really going to go any smaller than that. Oh, everybody's popping in now, and I'm leaving. I'm signing off, but I might stay home from work tomorrow, so I might stream tomorrow, but that's usually in the morning. But if people tell me what time they want me to stream, I will look into it. I just don't know what time people are around, and I didn't know if this was going to work or not. It seems to be working okay. If I start doing something on here, it might. Let's see, if I do this, pull up a render, I don't know if it'll start, slowing down or something. So, seems to be handling it pretty good. Now, if I go home and you try to use my other laptop, it might not work at all. It's a little slower. So, I just got to get a good setup. Figure out. I need a new microphone. I can't use external microphones on this MacBook for some reason. It won't let me. So, I got to get it like a USB or something. Right now, it's just using the FaceTime mic. So, it's probably not great, but it works. I was surprised how well it works. I did some overdubbing some of the videos the other day, and I was like, wow, I can actually understand what I'm saying. I was very impressed. So, all right, I've got to go. So, this is what I'm working on. I might be working on it for a couple days, maybe a couple weeks. Maybe I'll try to stream 30 minutes of it every day. Or just randomly. I'll just post it to Twitter, I guess. I don't really have a schedule that I can stick to at this moment, but if there's enough people interested, I'll set a day aside and do it. So we'll talk to y'all later. Thanks for stopping by and help me test, and we'll see you around. Till next time.